Hi, I'm Enchanting Nubianette. Welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. YouTube family, I've got to tell you straight because this is serious and we can't let people be blindsided all over this country. If the government shutdown drags into November, a huge amount of US citizens, especially low income families, elders, and people with disabilities are in danger of losing their SNAP benefits. So right now, October benefits are safe. Phew. The USDA sent the money to states before the shutdown hit. But the danger is the USDA has already warned state agencies that if the shutdown continues, there will be insufficient funds to pay full November SNAP benefits. And they've told states to pause submitting the data needed to load the November benefits onto EBT cards. So, YouTube family, without that, your card can't be reloaded for November. Horrible. Now, some states are already taking action. Thank goodness they're thinking quick and preparing so they can help assist people. Now, for example, Minnesota officials, they have warned that if the shutdown lasts beyond October 21st, they may not be able to pay November benefits, and new or reinstated SNAP cases might not be approved. Also, in places like Kansas, the USDA, excuse me, everyone, the USDA letter explicitly says that without a funding fix, the full November benefits cannot be paid to about 42 million people nationwide. So that means come November, people who depend on SNAP may not get their full food assistance, or in some cases, nothing at all. That's not just a possible disruption. This is real lives that we're talking about. Instability. So many, not only grown people, adults who really need this, but children. And thank goodness public schools are still providing food such as breakfast and lunch. So why is the government shut down? Those of you who don't know, we know that it's not just some, random thing that happened. It's definitely a political gridlock. So on October 1st, the government entered a shutdown because Congress failed to pass the necessary appropriation bills for fiscal year 2026. The root causes. There is a deep partisan divide over the federal spending levels, healthcare subsidies, Medicaid funding, and even foreign aid recessions. We definitely need to cut funding as far as foreign aid, especially to these weapons. That's entire another YouTube video. And you know what? Because I want to stay in algorithm on YouTube, I will not expand on it. Because whenever you talk about certain aspects of the government and even truth, you won't even have any views on your video. So I'll continue. Republicans and Democrats are at a standoff. So Republicans are pushing for cuts or constraints or specific changes, especially around health and entitlement spending. Democrats are resisting some moves or demanding different priority. And then I'm going to switch it around. Democrats are pushing for cuts. They're pushing for specific changes around health and entitlement spending. And Republicans, they are resisting moves and demanding different priorities. Both parties, they need to work together because there's a lot of changes happening, and I don't want to be I want to be neutral on this video. So I have to say that both parties need to work together, but many people are suffering and there's so much homelessness So many people are really trying to survive, and food should not be taken from anyone, especially, again, elderly people, people who have low income, children, disabled people, people who have mental health, who don't even know how to go about um, their daily lives, to go to a store to earn money and purchase food on their own. So since SNAP is a discretionary program funded through the annual budget process, it's not an entitlement like Social Security. It's especially vulnerable in times like this. So this, again, it's now, October, 2 weeks into October. We're going to see how long this government shutdown lasts, because there's a lot of effects, negative effects, that is occurring right now. So the people in Congress couldn't or didn't get over their conflicts. And when this happens, the ones who suffer are the families trying to eat. So what is your take, YouTube family, on this situation? I have to say that it's deplorable, because this is supposed to be a wealthy country. There's stores on every single corner, multiple stores, food access on multiple corners for people who have the money to buy them. But those of you who are affected by SNAP, I truly hope that this government shutdown, ends promptly. But in the meantime, what you should do is go into the websites of the pantries in your state. Find out where you can get food for free. Um, and make sure that you're able to get your fruits and vegetables. There are so many places that are providing fruit, vegetables, fresh. Some places even have food from Whole Foods, from Trader Joe's, even organic foods, as well as packaged foods and canned foods. So don't think that there isn't food available. There are. Please look on the websites again for the U.S. pantries. And there's pantries. You'd be amazed that in every single city, there's multiple food pantries that you can gain access to and store up. Store up your food. Make sure that you have time to go to various pantries in your city. So thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Please leave your feedback as well. And stay safe wherever you are. Have an awesome day.
Turning 8:03, hundreds of thousands of Minnesotans on food assistance programs are now facing some uncertainty.
The state is warning that SNAP benefits could be running out soon because of the government shutdown. Our Bill Keller is live in Minneapolis this morning with the impact and what families need to know. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Hannah and Tom. While some may have yet to really feel the impact of this government shutdown, this one really hits close to home, especially for the 440,000 Minnesotans who rely on federal food assistance to feed their families. Now, those who are already enrolled in SNAP will continue to receive those benefits, at least for now. But as of 10 o'clock last night, the program is no longer approving any new applications. Those in need can still apply, but any new requests for SNAP benefits will not be approved until the shutdown is over. And the Minnesota Department of Children, Youth, and Families, well, they warn that depending on how long the government shutdown drags on, money for SNAP benefits could run out in November, leaving nearly 500,000 Minnesotans at risk of no longer being able to afford groceries. State Senate Majority Leader Aaron Murphy released a statement saying, in part, pausing even a single day of applications for SNAP benefits could delay approval for hungry kids and families who don't have a day to spare. Meanwhile, Senate Republican leader Mark Johnson says, quote, the U.S. House passed a bipartisan clean funding bill, and it's time for the U.S. Senate to do the same. He goes on to say, unfortunately, we are seeing the real and harmful consequences of the Senate failing to do the job the people elected them to do. Now, anyone in need of food assistance can call the Minnesota Food Helpline. The number is on your screen. It is 888-711-1151. And you can find links to roughly 300 food shelves in Minnesota at hungersolutions.org. But while many of those food shelves actually accept walk-ins on an emergency basis, most actually require appointments that are already booked out weeks in advance.